do you think there will ever be a universal definition of what is hybrid training or what is a hybrid sport?
Yeah, so that's a tricky question in terms of what will happen in the future, because at the moment I think there's too many different parties arguing over it, probably because they feel they can get some kind of attention or financial gain over using it. But I took the definition for me from Alex Viada's original book, which he wrote back in 2014, I think it was, The Hybrid Athlete. And I know people close to him, and they said that he only called it The Hybrid Athlete kind of as a last minute thing because he didn't really know what to call the book. And he talked about how he combined the training for long distance running. I think it started as a 5K run, leading into a marathon. But at the same time, he was trying to improve his performance in powerlifting. So to me, that is trying to improve performance in two distinct sports. And then obviously each sport has their own physical quality to be good at them, but they don't always sort of mesh well together. Some do, some don't. That to me is very different to concurrent training. So if I was training for rugby, for example, I'd need to be, cardiovascularly fit, but also need to be strong and powerful to play rugby. But the end result is how well I play at rugby isn't necessarily how strong I am in the weight room or how fit I am in performance tests. You might have S&C coaches that measure that, but ultimately the goal is to be better at rugby. So I will do strength and endurance training to get better at rugby. To me, that's concurrent training rather than hybrid training. And then you've got other forms of concurrent training where people have just done strength and endurance training just for general health reasons. They don't have a particular goal in mind, but that's absolutely fine. To me, that's still concurrent training. Hybrid training is different because of two distinct goals in two separate sports. I think the area that gets a bit blurry is CrossFit. To me, CrossFit is a hybrid sport. Reason being, say I qualified for the CrossFit Games and one of the events was a half marathon row, for example. So I would do rowing training to improve my rowing performance because a singular rowing event could turn up in the CrossFit Games, for example. It could also be thrown in with some other mixed modal type WOD or whatever it is. But still, I still need to be good at rowing to improve my rowing performance overall because, I might need that to win points. That's slightly different to something like high rocks, where you need to be, strong and fit, but at the same time, my overall high rocks performance is what's going to determine how good I am at high rocks.
Exactly.
But most people I've noticed that do high rocks often do other sports as well. So you could argue that high rocks is just part of their hybrid philosophy. I know there's loads of arguments at the moment online. Hybrid training is just training. A bit like I don't want to be one of those people that acts kind of like as a gateway for what it is. But all I know is that if I was going to do a marathon, and I also want to improve my powerlifting performance, my training for that is going to be very different than if I just wanted to get stronger and fitter.
Yes.
So there's the distinction for me.